You see just the difference in terms of their bodily structure as well. Of course, Artiga, prior to her boxing career, was a pro football player. She played in the LFL and is now down to 115 pounds. She's carried that muscle mass down with her. And of course, that's aided her in those 7 knockouts we referenced.
Yeah, she's got some good power behind those shots. She's got to find the distance.
That's right hand to the body there from Delgado.
Actually, both fighters, Delgado and her, they're both trying to find the range.
From Delgado, best shot of the fight so far.
Just missing, Artiga. Just missing with the jab lead. Got to get closer, double, triple jab. She's only single jabbing. You see what I mean, Corey? Like one jab at a time ain't going to do it. She's got to double, triple that jab and step up to be able to land that left hand and find the right range.
About 15 seconds here of round 1. Delgado.
Just seconds.
Seconds ticking away here in the opening round. Good competitive action to kick things off.
Side.
Out there.
One got very up to her. In the middle there.
It's a rangefinder to land the left hand and that's no combination. She's not throwing any combos off of that jab. She's just trying to land the left hand and she's got to throw the 3 and 4 punch combos in. If she's going to apply the pressure, throw the combinations, the 4 punch combination, then jab again and push her back. She's the one that's going to have to make the fight out. That's her style, Artiga.
Artiga trying to be patient, sitting on the outside. Bro, you were talking about it in round number 1. Artiga in danger of lunging. She's trying to get from long range, getting herself off balance as she comes forward just like that.
Exchange there on the inside as we're inside the final 30 seconds of round 2. Artiga landing a good left into the body. Comes Delgado with a right hand, and Artiga snuck in a right hook.
Finding that mark. It's going to take some rounds. It's only the second round, so.
10 seconds.
Continue with that idea of shortening up the distance. That's counter right hook by Artiga. They're coming in on Delgado.
Was it moments in the round as Artiga looks for that check right hook.
Side.
I noticed in the corner of
Pleased with what they're seeing.
Offer the 10% Club and Everlast. All of tonight's bouts are sanctioned under the auspices of the Arizona Boxing and MMA Commission. The executive director is Juan Estrada. The chairman is Scott Fletcher. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside. Dennis O'Connell, Fernando Villarreal, and Steve Weisfeld. And at the sound
So value the man in the way, referee Chris was.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he was black, white, and gray. He's still running at 32 and 1 half pounds. He is all but
One-time national gold winner, Jasmine Artiga, looking and sounding very confident in the corner, but these have been just very competitive rounds.
One round apiece, 19-19. I think Natalie Delgado round number 1, and Jasmine Artiga round number 2. But these are close rounds, really being decided on very select punches.
Very thin margins, and of course we're privy to the CompuBox totals and the CompuBox. Delgado has landed 4 more punches than Artiga has
I noticed in the corner of Artiga that they asked her, did she punch hard? That's a very common question. Me and now the trainer, even when I was a fighter, they would ask me, did they punch hard? hard. And she said no. So if they don't punch hard, then walk up to her, close that distance, get your shot going.
One thing to consider for Delgado throughout her career, there's always been that question of time and resources to have the best camp possible. She's a woman who holds a job with the Ministry of Finance in Panama, is studying for a degree in HR, is also a mother, but this time she went all out, had 2 southpaws in Tatiana Dalio and Sofia Robles, and also added 2 former WBA world champions to her team in Ricardo Cordova and Nicholas Walters.
It's a cliche to say, but a fight like this is really what dreams are made. Both of these guys are club fighters in the Phoenix area. Neither one of these guys is what you would consider a contender or on the radar of major number.
When you move as a lefty,
Here we go.
you have to move too much.
Take a big step forward in her
When she
career.
moves to her left, she's moving right into the battle's right hand.
27
years old, 5 foot 10 inches tall. He's going to use that right hand leg to maintain this left-footed Adrian Rodriguez.
Rangier fighter is Terraza. You want to stand on the outside, keep the fight in the middle of the ring. Let Rodriguez get us over aggressive and ready to shot.
Right hand in the gate for Terraza. Both these guys with plenty of power.
Without head movement, Rodriguez is going to get hit with that right hand again. Too early to get caught clean like that.
And Rodriguez was saying that he doesn't believe that Terraza can fight well going backwards. But Terraza said the year he spent working with Robert Alcazar was about getting better, doing just that. Terraza looks fantastic until Rodriguez just flipped him a little bit. And this is what the crowd wants, Sergio. They want a war.
Well, 2 hometown fighters and both of them undefeated. Some of those got to go, and it's got to go right now. Terraza's lining him up for that right hand. He needs to set him up with that jab, though, that long jab. Start blinding, hiding that right hand, and it will be there again.
Both these guys watched Jordan Martinez become somewhat of a household name in boxing for a brief moment for what he did against Arturo Cardenas. They used that as inspiration going into this fight, knowing that a great performance can lead to bigger things.
Nobody really has taken charge so far this fourth round.
Sergio's got to be careful.
I think he's comfortable with his height, and he already got the range. He's getting enough footwork there now, Terraza, and Rodriguez going to have to jab his way in. Forget about the shit in the face.
Outstanding world-class referee. Does a nice job keeping this fight from
Talking this morning, Sergio, there's really not a lot of tape out there. Either one of these guys, both of them fighting at the club level, both of them fighting primarily opponents from losing records. As they should be. A shot there from Terraza. Everything is looking good.
Just barely missed against Terraza. Rodriguez has to start moving his head to the left.
And circles.
He's going to get caught again. He's only going to get double jabs.
Turning the put your
I agree, Sergio. I like what Tom said a moment ago that the chin of Terraza stays up in the air when he throws these shots. Rodriguez times it right and catches forward swing and
Better job this round of
Rodriguez
step back, way back, and get out of shot. Take a little bit and then zip on the right hand.
beautiful counter right hook again. Keep the left hand.
to lay that overhead right.
Talking about the more pure round.
Well, you need a jab right in the chest.
And what we're looking for, Sean, the more pure shot.
Rodriguez up to Jasmine.
nearly a year.
Round number 2.
I mentioned Toronto was in the ring just 2 months ago.
She's starting to
Good shot right there to the body. And let's see how tall the fighters go on the body like that, but they do it responsibly by bending their knees and making
It's about the Orthodox fighters struggle with southpaws, but
a shot against his right.
struggling with the southpaw champions of Artiga with the Orthodox of Emily Delgado.
7 seconds.
In this round. And of course, coming up next, another world title fight. It is Tiara Brown taking on Hannah Rapp. And Tiara was standing by.
And the aggressor, but they would just
Time.
adapt. And what he just throwing leather in the first.
Rodriguez needs to jab his way in. And a little bit more upper body movement if you're Rodriguez. You can't just keep your head in the line of fire, in the line of that right hand of Terraza.
Watch your head.
More upper body movement if you're Rodriguez. Maybe some foot feints to try to get that right hand of Terraza.
Rodriguez said he would start the fight as the aggressor, but then would just see how Terraza adapts and what he decides to do, and said he's felt comfortable going on the back foot if he needed to.
whenever you're dealing with tall fighters like this, you want them to overcommit to that right hand and fall off balance or square up. That's where the smaller, the shorter fighter has the advantage. If shorter fighters know how to use their height and be quick with their feet, they can actually be the favorite against taller fighters once the taller fighter is squared up.
Well, Mike Tyson was always the smaller fighter, wasn't he?
Yeah, because he fought squared up.
This world title fight between the champion and Jasmine Artiga. And as we described it earlier on, the margins in this one have been razor thin. Sean Wheelock has to score that last one.
48-38, Jasmine Artiga was a hit number 2. As we talked about, and we did our open, close, moderate, decisive round 2.
These two guys are the same age, fighting in the same weight class. They're familiar with each other. It was interesting to hear Turhan's saying this week a couple times. They just didn't think that.
Sometimes you see these orthodox matchups where both fighters essentially have the same idea. They're both trying to win. They're trying to feel like the table, with the feet. But it's really coming down to who's landing that more often. And it's
some good left hands. She's finding her mark just a little bit more like in the last round. Maybe as the rounds go, as the older fighters start fading away, one of them starts fading. And that's what the other one takes us. Artiga's the one that's taking it.
It's like just a little bit. Artiga lands the right hook. He lands the right hand. Which do you prefer in that exchange? The body there. Gets out first.
I haven't seen Artiga with the body. She's a good body puncher. Oh, nice counter right. Beautiful counter right hand. Power coming in. If she would have came back quick with the left hand, that would have done some damage.
Artiga was tipping her shoulder, dropping her hand to invite Delgado in, and met her with that check right hook. Those are moments here of round 5. This WBA Super Flyweight title fight.
Wait, did he
Coming
win?
up on Saturday, August 8th, live on ESPN. And in MVPW5, Turhan Johnson putting all of the world titles at 118 pounds on the line against the former champion, Dina Thorslund. Turhan felt that she owed Dina this opportunity, and the two best in the division will go at it.
Yes!
I've given her, as you see, the last 2 rounds, rounds 4 and 5, but there's an argument to be made on the contrary on all 5 of these rounds. You can easily have it 48-47 the other way.
We're entering, in fact, past the midway point of this fight. As Delgado winds up with a big right hand there. And it looked like Artiga might have been a little bit off balance. Yeah, back foot sliding a little bit there.
I think so. Yeah, she was off balance. I think that Artiga needs to use her jab more feints. Kind of walk up to her. I think she's the bigger lady in there. She's taller, but kind of control the range, mid-long range, but walk up to her jab. Just put the jab up there. Put the jab. Put blind with the jab. Let that left hand go. Think that counter right go. There you go. More of those combos, 3-4 punch combo, not just 1-2 double jab lead. No, you got to throw more combinations. You got to. Let's see, we're in the 6th round already. We got to step it up. It's a close fight. It's going to be a close fight.
Absolutely. With close rounds, it really goes down to a judging philosophy. As a judge, do you like this forward pressure down with Delgado, or do you like these slightly cleaner, longer punches that you have on Artiga? Again, judging is part art, part science.
You see the live odds on your screen for FanDuel. Artiga, minus 370 favorite at this point. As Delgado comes up on that right hand, the body and head.
He's got the right one. More confidence. Keep pushing her back.
Max DeLuca, Fernando Villarreal.
10 seconds. Isabel, you demanded the weight referee Robert Oil. Time.
Boxing scheduled for the IBF Lightweight Championship of. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the IBF Lightweight Championship.
I like the swag.
And Turhan just doesn't have that deep skill set to deal with that type of style. If Tellez can show something with her skills, can use that ring, she can give Turhan, I think, a tough fight.
For
Set to deal out though in January, that type of style. If Tellez can show something with her skills, can use that ring, she can give Turhan, I think, a tough fight.
4 of her last 5 wins have come by KO.
Glendale, Arizona, we are now set to go with our next bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing in association with Box Lab Promotions. This bout is sanctioned under the auspices of the International Boxing Federation. The president is Daryl J. Peoples. The supervisor is Levi Martinez. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this world title contest from ringside. Max DeLuca, Fernando Villarreal, and Chris Wilson.
Isabel, you demanded the weight referee Robert Oil.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the IBF
Lightweight Championship of the World.
Introducing first the challenger. She fights out of the red corner. She wears black and silver. She's scaled 132 3/4 pounds. She is undefeated in her campaign as a professional with a record of 7 victories, no defeats, 3 of her 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Originally from San Antonio and now living, training, and fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona. Please welcome the undefeated challenger,
Gabriela Sosa Tellez.
Her opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. She wears black and gold. She is a defending world champion. Official weight 134 3/4 pounds. She is also undefeated in her campaign as a professional with a record of 13 victories, no defeats, 9 of her wins coming by way of knockout. She fights out of Istanbul, Turkey. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning, defending, undefeated IBF
Lightweight Champion of the World, the Golden Turkish Elif Turhan.
All right, we went over the instructions in the dressing room. All punches here are good. All punches here are going to be good. Obey my commands. Give me a good, clean fight. Touch him up. Scoot back.
And the brute force and raw power of Elif Turhan get the job done again, as it has done in all 13 of her pro fights? Or can a teenager spoil the Turkish party? Gabriela Tellez from right here in Phoenix, Arizona, by way of San Antonio, Texas, thinks she can do it. Here we go. Turhan, about a 5-1 favorite.
Right off the bat, Tellez met her in the middle of the ring with a foot feint. And this is what I noticed about Gabriela Tellez. She has good fundamentals right there, catching them with a check left hook. But it's footwork, and it's the fact that she doesn't fall off balance when she misses. Turhan, big puncher, but she squares up when she misses. See, just like that.
And Sergio, you can see, to my eyes, the Maidana reference there. It is just wild, swinging punches from Turhan, trying to land something big. When she does, she's successful. When she doesn't,
Off her head,
sets herself up for counters.
Let's go.
We were talking to Turhan yesterday through her translator, whose English wasn't that great, mind you. We asked him how she became a fighter. He said, because, well, it's Tellez going right after Turhan, who's fighting back. We didn't think this was going to be a brawl, Sergio.
No, why? It's actually not a brawl, Todd. I'll be honest with you. The thing about Tellez, she's stepping back and countering a looping left hook. Look at that foot feint right there. This isn't a brawl, Todd. This is boxing. She just has to fight off the bigger fighter in Turhan.
But Turhan's translator said, well, her PE teacher said she's as strong as a man. She needs to fight like a man. And right now, she's getting all she wants from the teenager.
And there's a balance, a bad balance that I saw underneath Turhan. She squares up, just terrible foot balance, and that's what Tellez is taking advantage of.
Very disciplined start for Tellez, using the entirety of the ring, countering. Outstanding first round.
And there's that check hook. Love that shot right there. Catch and counter by Gabriel Tellez.
Sergio Turhan put so much into these punches. She got clipped again.
You can see that Tellez is not bothered by the power of Turhan. She's right there catching and trying to catch and shoot with the bigger, stronger fighter.
Great opening round for Gabriela Tellez.
Time.
Wide angle, so as Turhan is loading up, you can see Tellez getting that hand up, blocking it, coming right back.
And now look who's the aggressor on the front foot. Tellez, the smaller fighter.
She told us yesterday, when you're facing a power puncher, you can never let them get their feet set. Constantly keep them moving.
Tellez says she believes she has one of the best jabs in all of women's boxing.
Oh, there's a right hand that lands for Turhan.
Now turn the fight around right there. See, power is power. You can't let someone as big and strong as Turhan line you up like that.
Clipped her again with the right hand, and Tellez going to go punch for punch with the bigger, stronger one.
Volume's not
Tellez is boxing so nicely now. Decided to exchange with the stronger fighter. Just thought a good strategy. She should go back to sticking and moving and boxing. Long way to go in this 10-round fight.
So solid.
Big right hand. The first round was so good for Tellez. Her corner was all smiles and high fives, but now they've got concerned looks on their faces. Left hook lands for Turhan.
Tellez better start moving laterally, moving the entire ring. Wait for Turhan to get to this stage.
48-47 the other way.
To take advantage of the smaller fighter.
We're entering past the midway point of this fight. It looked like Artiga might have been a little bit off balance. Yeah, foot sliding a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she was off balance. I think that is too.
Doesn't even care about fundamentals, does she?
Walked up to her. I think she's the bigger lady there. She's taller, but kind of controls the range, mid-long range. Will walk up to her jab. She's a big man. You can get up there. You can get put block with the jab. Then you can go, make that counter with her. That was a good spin on her. But more of those combos. 3-4 punch combo, not just 1-2 double jab lead. No, you gotta throw more combinations. You gotta, we're in the 6 round. You gotta step it up. It's a close fight.
Again, with close rounds, it really goes down to a judging philosophy. As a judge, do you like this ring?
Like she's not a boxing match, Sergio. She just got her hands cocked like she's about to pull a gun out of the holster.
I mean, she came up in Turkey playing soccer when she was in high school. And it was only during that time that one of her coaches said, hey, why don't you try some boxing? Doesn't have much of an amateur background, turned pro in 2022 and has been winning all of her fights just by clobbering her opponents.
And see, this is the fight of Tiara. See, you can tell that Turhan doesn't like the movement. There's no jabbing. Big shot.
Yeah, that was right on the temple behind the ear.
Big shot by Turhan. That rocked the legs of Tiara. Hit him right on the side of the head. Tiara's going to start moving to her left. She's going to get lined up for that right hand again. She's moving laterally just to one side. Start moving to her left. The perimeter of the ring, but go to your left.
And Tiara Tellez was preparing for another opponent for this fight. She was scheduled to appear on the Most Valuable Promotions card fighting somebody else, but took this one 2 weeks ago because of the opportunity to fight for the title at 135.
Turhan overreaches so often, Sergio. Tellez has some opportunities if she can cash in.
Yeah, right now, it's just too much strength and length in Turhan. You got to tire her out with some movement. I think Tellez needs to start using that ring.
Versus power. Turhan, one of the strongest pound-for-pound fighters in all of women's boxing. Tellez, just a baby, 19 years old, looking to become just the second current teenage champion in the world today.
And you heard the corner of Tellez not to fight Turhan's fight. Don't make it physical. You got to jab. You got to use your ring. Use your footwork. Use your foot feints. And that's what Tellez needs to start doing in this fight. The jab is something simple. That's what's going to make it a lot easier for Gabriel Tellez to set up the overhand rights. You fight on your terms. Look, there you go. That jab right there can win rounds.
By the way, the other teenage champion is Camila Zamorano, the 18-year-old 102 atomweight WBC champ.
See, Turhan doesn't have the footwork to keep up with Tellez. She doesn't have the jab to track her down either. She wants a physical fight. Tellez can't allow her or give her that.
Turhan is stalking her, methodically coming forward, but Tellez lands a quick shot. She's got to beat her with the speed.
Good head movement there by Tellez. Not getting hit with the big looping shots of Turhan. But it's like the Terminator is just right on her. Tellez is going to have to be very careful and patient and sharp with that jab.
And I think if you're Tellez, Sergio, you got to push with a little bit.
Yes, app crash.
If you're going to punch with a big fighter like Turhan, then it has to be a jab. Something straight down the middle. You don't want to throw hook for hook with a bigger, stronger fighter. Point A to point B if you're Gabriela Tellez, but do not hook with the hooker. See, good jab right there. Let's go round by Tellez. That's how she's going to win this fight. Sticking and moving, using the entire ring.
Is winning the round.
I think the last round was the most competitive of the previous three, and Tellez is winning the battle of the volume. It's just that not all punches are obviously created equal, and the power punching from Turhan is what gives her an edge on my scorecard. I got her sweeping the last 3 rounds, 39 to 37. I don't think Tellez is fighting a bad fight necessarily, but you can see these eye-catching big shots are just much more impactful than some of the jabs Tellez is throwing.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm going to need to see more jab by Tellez and push back Turhan. Bowling on the front foot. Strong fighters on the front foot, they hate being pushed back. So I like what Tellez did earlier in this round. As soon as you get inside and clinch, grab her and walk the monster back.
That's a good little 1-2 there from Tellez.
Sergio, you have experience dropping a fighter who was being overly aggressive and throwing wide punches. Daniel Jacobs came right at you and left himself exposed.
Fight on the road in Artiga's home state of Florida. Round 1, scheduled for 10.
Punching and dipping, not getting hit with the ring completely, and then sticking that jab. Use the entire ring. This is what Tellez was
Exchanges there, Sergio. There's some wild exchanges going on in Tellez right now. Dangerous punches going
jab right there for Tellez. That's going to be the most day for Tellez. That jab right down the middle.
Twice since left is a little bit so
when she reacts to those punches like that.
with the right hand.
There you go. See that? Punching, smothering.
Just the difference in terms of her body structure as well. Of course, Artiga, prior to her boxing career, was a football player. She played in the NFL. Now, down to 100 pounds. She's carried that muscle mass down with her. And of course, that's aided her in those 7 knockouts you referenced. Right in the body there from Delgado.
Actually, both fighters are Delgado. I heard they're both
Total punches to 5 rounds. 43, Tellez 56, Sergio.
Good 3 shots.
aggressive with the jab. She's only single jabbing. You see what I mean, Corey? That's one jab. She's got a double, triple that jabbing. Step up. She's able to land that at the right range.
This is
15 seconds here, round one. Elgato.
10 seconds.
Blow to the body there from Turhan. She just doesn't seem too concerned with what's
Seconds
coming
ticking
back.
away
She
here
just
in
thinks
the
about
open
how she can
round.
hurt her opponent, and she may have done it right there if we check it at first standing.
5.
Well, you know, we knew we were going against somebody like this strong, hard, we knew that we should kind of wrestle around a little bit. So what I'm telling Artiga is to keep your distance, use your boxing skill, use that jab, everything behind the jab, you know, because you can see when she's going to throw the right hand, and that's what she has. She hits hard. She has a really
The key observers of this one as well. It's about as good as fights get in the sport of boxing. As we're back to this world title fight between Jasmine Artiga and Natalie Delgado, round 2 now.
Touch the ground for 10 yards, and she's scared away from the pace.
10 seconds.
Body there from Delgado. We're sitting very close to the Artiga corner. They're telling her, hey, keep touching it.
5.
With a point in the last round. Stay active with that thing.
Hey, not to just put it out there. Even if you have to get this fight, he has a range jab. It's a range jab to land the left hand. That's what the place is. She's not throwing any combos off of that jab. She's trying to land the left hand. She's got to throw the 3 and 4 punch combos. If she's going to apply the pressure, throw the combinations, the 4 punch combination, this jab again, push her back. She's the one that's going to make the fight.
58-56
That's her
in
style.
favor of Elif Turhan. I think that has been competitive over these last few rounds. But I think
Artiga trying to be patient, sitting on the outside. Well, you're talking about it in round number 1. Artiga in danger of lunching. She's trying to get some long range, getting herself off balance as she comes forward just like that.
58-56 right now in this. But it is
There on the inside, inside the final 30 seconds of round 2. Artiga letting it go right into the body.
Gabrielle Tellez is only 19 years old. Coming out of February here, so Tellez certainly going to get
10 seconds.
She already has the chance to right to
and this really isn't Tellez is down to a weight class. She's
Short of this is
30, even 126. She's coming in here and fighting here for these kind of opportunities.
This 7th round is the epitome of what they get to do to and win
Looks
this
for that check right hook.
use the entire round, move around, don't exchange. This is a great
5.
the entirety of the round. 3 minutes. Because this is when Turhan likes to loop shots.
And she's making Turhan miss. As she's making her miss, she's smothering. She's not getting hit with those big shots we saw getting hit with in the earlier rounds.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
One time a national gold winner, Jasmine Artiga.
5.
Confident in the corner, but these have been 2 very competitive rounds.
One round apiece, 19-19 against Natalie Delgado, round number 1. And Jasmine Artiga, round number 2. These are really exciting. Very select punches.
Very thin margins, and of course, we're privy to the CompuBox details. According to CompuBox, Delgado has landed 4 more punches than Artiga has.
I'm noticing the corner of Artiga that asked her, does she punch hard? That's a very common question that me and now the trainer, even when I was a fighter, they would ask me, do they punch hard? She said no, so if they don't punch hard, then walk up to her, close that distance, get your shot through.
What's it to consider for Delgado? Throughout her career, there's always been that question of both time and resources to have the best hand possible.
No knockdown, no knockdown.
Holds a job with the Ministry of Finance in Panama, is studying for a degree in HR, is also a mother, but this time she went all out, had 2 southpaws in Tiara and Sophia Robles, and also added 2 former WBA world champions to her team, in Ricardo Cordova and Nicholas Walters.
Is moving around. Every time Turhan stands, it's an opportunity for Tellez
30 seconds here.
but then we understand that when you move into the hands, I'm trying to move to my
and say that didn't bother me. The judges
when
see
she moves
stuff
to her
like that.
left, she's moving right into her
10 seconds.
she's getting caught.
10 seconds. Time.
She just knows how to smash and grab. It's
Time.
only 4 minutes. It's getting closer, that's for sure.
And you would think that the fresh 19-year-old legs of Tiara are going to actually come in handy here against the
Round 4 is underway. Yeah, nobody really has taken charge so far in this fourth round.
Sergio, something to point out as we're in these championship rounds. Toronto was telling us this week that it took him 3 hours to get from Turkey here to Arizona. It's been a little bit of an adjustment for to get used to this type of time zone this way. Someone like Toronto, not really a national player, doesn't have that deep amateur background, a very new experience.
His first time ever being in the United States, he's having a good time. But that was very
Turning in circles. Being that, turning and push her. You gotta push the gobble back.
Artiga trying to press forward now. She's done a better job this round of just taking that half step back like that to get out of it.
Steady, but 76, 76, with that nice uppercut right hook jab. I'll tell you, those the last couple of rounds was really effective. Movement has been effective. Better round for Artiga. She's very good shot that we were looking for. We haven't seen Tiara shot, right?
Absolutely.
76
Martinez having her best round again. I need her round number 2. She's starting to fight. She's starting to talked about the Orthodox fighters struggle with southpaws. I think we've seen the struggle of the southpaw the championship of Artiga with the Orthodox and Natalie Delgado.
10 seconds.
Coming up next, another
Set up final rounds to it. Set up
taking on Tiara. Standing by.
Time.
Unfortunately, Sergio, she doesn't have anything special. She has the thing that she has, and that's the power.
Yeah, but that power isn't behind technique, and you could see that Tiara's already is accustomed to that power, and she could see the punches coming, and the jab has controlled the aggression.
WBC featherweight title on the line against Tiara.
There you go, making it.
We get back to this world title fight between Natalie Delgado and the champion Jasmine Artiga. As we described it earlier on, the margins in this one have been razor thin. Showing you how we scored that last one.
So 48-38, Jasmine Artiga round 4 is at round 2. But as we talk about, if we did it all open, close, moderate, decisive rounds, you are looking at the quintessential close round.
And we're kind of seeing this pattern here. Sometimes you see these southpaw orthodox matchups where
Knocked out.
it's really often, and it's
She's finding her mark just a little bit more like in the last round. Maybe it's the last goal,
10 seconds.
That's when the other one takes advantage, but I think Artiga's the one that's taking advantage right now.
just going to go with this Artiga lands the right hook.
Knocked out. Such a one blood time.
Shot to the body there. Artiga gets on first.
Everything.
I haven't seen Artiga work the body. She's a good body puncher. She would have came back quick with the left hand.
Artiga was tipping her shoulder, dropping her hand with Delgado win and better with that check right hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds.
That hurt her, and she's lucky she escaped in that 10th round.
All right, it's time for the decision. Here's David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here in Glendale, Arizona, we go to the judges' score totals. All three judges scored this bout identically, 96 to 94, for your winner by unanimous decision, and still the IBF lightweight champion of the world, the Golden Turkish Warrior, Elif.
And sometimes it benefits.
Jordan. Match from boxing in association with Toscano Promotions and Iron Boy Promotions. This bout is sanctioned under the auspices of the World Boxing Council. The president, Mauricio Suleiman. The supervisor is Dr. Ricardo Monreal. Introduces Mr. Eddie from Glen.
This one started.
While not as aesthetic, while not as out there as Jordan Martinez, it certainly is flowing through Arturo Cardenas tonight.
I think bombastic was a better word for you there, Chris. Either way, Arturo Cardenas more of a quiet confidence compared to the very vocal Jordan Martinez. Can't wait to get this one started.
Ladies and gentlemen, Glendale, Arizona.
We are now set to go with the chief support of the evening. And it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing in association with Toscano Promotions and Iron Boy Promotions. This bout is sanctioned under the auspices of the World Boxing Council. The president, Mauricio Suleiman. The supervisor is Dr. Ricardo Monreal. Introducing your three
judges scoring this contest from ringside. Tim Cheatham, Max DeLuca, and Jack Reese. Salvell, the man of the week, referee Ron Kais Jr. And ladies and gentlemen,
10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the WBC Continental America's Super Bantamweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger. He fights out of the right.
Those are moments here of round 5. PA Super Flyweight title fight. Coming up on Saturday, August 8th.
15 of his 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently fighting out of his home.
3-4 punch combat. That's 1-2. Double jab lead.
Here is the undefeated Jordan El Moreno Martinez.
And it looked like Artiga might have been a little bit off balance. Yeah, back foot sliding a little bit there.
I think so. Yeah, she was off balance. I think that this piece using jab. Her face kind of walked up to her. I think she's the bigger lady in there. She's taller, but kind of control the range, mid-long range, but walk up to her jab. She puts the jab, put the jab. Let that left hand go. Then that counter right hook. That was a good spin off of that. There you go. But more of those combos, 3-4 punch combo, not just 1-2 double jab lead. You gotta throw more combinations. You got, we're in the 6th round already. You gotta step it up, baby. It's a close fight. It's anybody's fight, right, Sean? Absolutely. Again, with close rounds, it really goes down to a judging philosophy. As a judge, do you like this lower pressure down in Delgado, or do you like these slightly cleaner, longer punches that you have on Artiga? Again, judging is part art, part science. You see the live odds on your screen from FanDuel. Artiga, minus 370 favorite at this point against Delgado. He's up on that right hand and right head.
16 victories, 16.
He's got the right punch, more combos. Keep pushing her back. I still think she's got good body shots. You see her and Delgado comes back with a long
Closing moment sequence of the round. Right hand connects there from Delgado. Nice pivot. Right hand and again at the bell.
We're going to force him to touch gloves. Jordan Martinez didn't want to do it. He wants to get down to business. And business for him has been good.
Both corners, their facial expressions, they know it's close. Nobody's taking the lead.
I think that's a great assessment, bro. Yeah, it's a reading body language. Artiga's corner is giving her a steady stream of positivity throughout this fight as well.
There you go. The back's got her with the stomach out. She's a good body puncher. Change it up with the left hand.
Also positivity in your corners. Close fight, I believe you would be honest with your fighter, even if it's your guy. You're not up 6 rounds to 0. You could even be down. 57-57, 3 rounds apiece is out of the mind for this scorecard.
CompuBox totals at this moment dead even in terms of connected punches, 79-79. Nice body shot there from Delgado, right hand, right along the belt line.
Yes.
Back comes Artiga, left hand in the body and one up top.
Back again. That's where she needs to keep that momentum going. She landed the left hand. Trying to 1-2-1-2.
Big right hand over the top, and Artiga is leaking blood from above the eyebrow.
Let's see how that affects her.
Big development in this fight right now, but Artiga tasting her own blood. 30 seconds of round 7. Artiga beginning both to taste her own blood now, letting her hands go a little bit more here towards the end of the round. Artiga looking for that L step.
10 seconds.
That was some big shots there by Artiga.
5.
Martinez is going to have his work cut out for him. You can tell this is a different fight already. Nice combination there from Martinez.
That's going to jeopardize this is what a big cut.
It's not as bad as the provisional initially. In fact, toward the latter half of that round, that might have been some of the best work that Artiga has done in this fight. So the biggest left hand that she's landed, certainly. As round 8 is now underway. Artiga trying to hold on to her world title, the third defense of it here in her home state of Florida. Trying to keep the momentum going in terms of women's boxing in Canada. Of course, the pylon won Olympic silver medal in Paris. Delgado won the interim title, now trying to become full world champion here tonight. Right hands like that one a moment ago will help the case. There from Artiga, going tripling up on the jab and catching Delgado a little bit out of position.
That's exactly what we wondered in the corner, more activity. But that counter right hook again. But I still think she needs to be busier after that. Once you finish that combination, you get the momentum going, she's controlling the fight.
10 seconds.
Push her back. Right there, working the body. Good job by Artiga.
Sparkly again doing an excellent job. Keeping this fight moving, not letting it bog down in the clutch.
Nice right hand connects there for Delgado, right on the button.
She's some hands exchanges in the last fight. They want Turhan to make sure to keep his hands moving when they get in close.
Martinez was so impressive in that first fight against Vargas. That's major. They immediately signed him to his contract.
20 seconds remaining in the round.
Part of that deal.
Yeah, there were some discussions inside the Maximum office about went on a small show.
10 seconds.
In Phoenix here.
Good shot by Martinez.
Moments of the round.
Martinez with the technique and heavy hands.
5.
Martinez to get some respect because that last round, Vargas was landing some shit shots. Missing big uppercuts, landing some good body shots, good shots and jabs.
At the end of a round, or the beginning of a round for that matter, had significant
last time he looked a little lethargic for this training. He wasn't quite right. He was sick. Martinez, when he heard that, said, no. He was slow because he got jabbed in the stomach and he took the takes up from Martinez. But I took him down on 3 shots. That's what slowed him down.
was a term which psychologists use for practicing resistance, which means that human beings have a tendency to remember more vividly the first thing
The
they
right
last thing
hand,
that we saw.
swings and misses. Martinez does have the speed edge, but he can't stay in the pocket. And look, Turhan is landing power shots.
Martinez keeps throwing combinations and then shifting like he's been doing.
The corner of Artiga telling her she can't ridiculous. It's just that no corner is just walk forward.
He needs to take it downstairs to take that athleticism, just moving
Do it there a little bit.
Martinez.
Put it
Give yourself a big
guard, playing defense, walk it under, and then she's backing up again.
You can see that Vargas is every time Martinez tries to attack with any jab, he's punching with them.
Martinez went right into that right hand.
Artiga having to dig deeper than she has to at any point in her whole career here today. Right in the front door once again.
That was even a good hand by Artiga, but she's tough. She keeps coming forward now. She's the one that's making the fight.
Oh, boy. Heavy hands to the answer coming in. Martinez showing he's got a good
10 seconds.
Another punch is being thrown back into the back. Swelling developing under both eyes of Natalie Delgado.
9.
Head to the 10th and
Five.
More rounds than none in favor of Arturo Cardenas. A much better start for Cardenas. He's much more active early on, assertive, landing clean combinations.
Oh, nice.
So I don't think that Martinez is fighting a bad fight necessarily, but I think Cardenas, the last couple of rounds, has edged each one of them. 20-18 on my card.
I agree. I like the way Martinez
2 minutes to go in the 10th and final round. Between Jasmine Artiga, the reigning WBA Super Flyweight Champion, and Natalie Delgado, the interim champion. Who will leave Orlando as the full world champion here tonight? Delgado still firing that right hand of the head body. A slow mouse has formed into Delgado's right eye.
Not going to be a factor as we're in the 10th and final round.
An exchange on the inside there. Both Artiga and Delgado connecting.
Delgado trying to just bulldoze Artiga. Oh, nice overhand right again by Delgado. Landed right on Artiga's chin.
You can see the urgency from both fighters right now. And there's so many close. You never know. It could come down to this 10th and final round. Ultimately, it comes down to how the judges perceive it in the previous ones.
He doesn't have this chance to say, come on, let's go.
Judging 7
Cardenas has never been knocked down in
That's
his
his
career.
PhD level judging.
Neither has Martinez.
Final 30 seconds of the contest.
Compared to that first fight, Sergio, it looked like Cardenas was in a sparring match the first time. He just didn't take it too seriously, wasn't really motivated, wasn't aggressive. So now he looks completely different.
Oh, he's motivated this time around because I love the way that Cardenas is fighting. He's not letting Martinez flow. He's not letting him box. He's not letting him get comfortable and chopping right hands like that.
Such a scorecard time.
Yeah, I feel like Martinez, when he gets hit with those, he thinks, I got to get it back, and he did there with that right hand.
Big uppercut landed by Martinez. Cardenas just ate that up.
And again, a right hand from Martinez. Right when you think the fight's getting away from him, he lands those two bombs.
And there's that jab down there. I love what I'm seeing the last minute of this fight from Martinez. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Fourth on the rounds, 5 rounds apiece. I had it even through in round 76, 76. I gave Jasmine Artiga round number 9 and Natalie Delgado round number 10.
There we go. See, this is
We see the dreaded draw because we want to see a clear-cut winner, but both Jasmine Artiga and Natalie Delgado phenomenal. Just like in my beloved soccer, a 0-0 can be beautiful and the draw can also boxing as well.
Tremendous high-level fight. And, to further illustrate how close this fight was, the CompuBox totals in terms of landed punches, they were separated by 1 punch. Jasmine Artiga landing Delgado 130 to 129.
Remember, it was Cardenas who closed stronger than
Razor
Martinez.
thin. We don't envy the judges here tonight, nor do I envy Sean Leibach and judging this one unofficially. Let's find out how they had it. Let's send it back up to Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Landed shots through 3
after 10
Cardenas.
full rounds, we
33
go
and
to the
94,
strong cards
Martinez
for the
18
official
and
decision.
66.
All 3 judges see the contest 97 to 93. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision.
Outstanding body shot from Vargas.
Martinez deciding not to get on his feet. He'll stay in the back at least for a little while.
That's what you want if you're going to UFC when Martinez moves, gets in, gets out, sticks, makes you frustrated. If he wants to stand there and trade with you, that's the kind of fight you're looking for.
But he does have success, Sergio, as you mentioned, when he does stand and trade.
Martinez has success. It's just Cardenas breaks that distance and lands a hard shot. A good shot right there from Martinez. You can bet that Cardenas is going to want to get it right back. Staying out the ropes is Cardenas. A smart tactic there. Don't let Martinez get any kind of confidence.
If you're Martinez, do you want to try and push Cardenas back a little bit?
Well, listen, his power indicates that he has heavy hands, but what I'm seeing is he doesn't have the heavier hands like Cardenas has, so I would prefer he starts keeps going to what he's doing. Sharp, staying on the outside, popping it from
Nice uppercut there from Cardenas as he sat down on it. But Martinez trying to pull it back.
Watching the corner of Cardenas, every time Robert Garcia catches the eye of his fighter, he's waving him in, telling him to keep moving forward.
This is a good round for Martinez, Sergio.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this co-main event of the evening, the 2-minute rounds. The WBC Championship of the world.
In association with Box Lab Promotions, presented by Event Ticket Center, Dallas, Washington, experiencing live with Event Ticket Center and the Kareem Royale, a state-of-the-art suite Kareem Royale Orlando Resort, the perfect family getaway. And FanDuel, play your selection. Our representative overseas content from the WBC. Please welcome Seymour Civic.
Well, can he continue?
Our 3 judges going to the bottom ringside, Michael Ross, Chris Vegas, and Troy State. And our referee in
Charge the bell rings is Alicia Collins. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Warriors one fight once and more.
the challenger, finally out of the red corner. One of the first ones in red trim, she says 5 feet, 7 inches tall. She weighed in at 124.8 pounds. Tonight, she is a professional. Opposite never defeats in the winning zone. Put 5 of those wins
It's
coming
coming
by
by
way
way
of
of knockout.
fighting out of the College Station.
Success, Anna, and Nike.
So that's and maybe Martinez is deciding to, you know what? Maybe I don't need to go quite as much. Maybe I can go
Wait, perfect.
As a professional, 25 20 victories with 11 of those wins coming by way.
Real knockout. See.
Chris, how do you have it?
What the?
Very competitive. I thought Martinez closing the show.
You
The Steelers get much cleaner rounds.
Waiting is defending WBC Flop Featherweight Champion of the World. The Dark Madness Tiara. Wow.
I've been knocking this, protect yourself at all times. Your trunks are here and up, and your trunks are good here.
Martinez's 6 children are here tonight. He said the other 2 are from Children at Home. He said it's great to have his family here watching it.
WBC featherweight title on the line. Against Hannah Rappa, Corey Yurgen, Raul Marquez, Sean Weelock with you, and now to be joined by one of the very best in the world, reigning world champion, Round 1 now underway. We'll work on the audio issues for Chantel. We'll get to that in just a moment. Tiara Brown and Hannah Rapp here. Our co-main event, obviously a big step up for Hannah Rapp here tonight in terms of experience, but she's bringing it to Tiara Brown here in the early going.
Yeah, she is. She's got a bring it at times that too long in the pocket. She's learning her. She's got to be smart. Use your reach. Use your height to her advantage. Good jab so far by Rapp.
But it's the beginning conditioning and the athleticism of Martinez. 2 fights in a row where fatigue has not been a factor. He had never gone 10 rounds before their last fight. He had basically been fighting relatively comparable shows. But he's showing with the real deal in the first fight. He's never seen a round like the second.
Yeah, he's never been past the 6 rounds in both last fights. He just started Hernandez there at the top.
Tiara Brown trying to show Hannah Rapp some pictures that she hasn't looked at quite yet.
Yeah, that's exactly right. She wanted
10 seconds.
set up more. That's Tiara Brown's style. You know, she's gonna walk you down. She's rugged. She's tough. And as you see, she's trying to
Seconds here in round 1. Nice right hand lays in from Tiara Brown. Showing her mighty here, turning the corner. Turning back to the body of Tiara Brown.
But that's not Rapp's fight. She's got to get in and get out, especially early in the fight. Let's go to the first round.
10 seconds.
Don't stay too much in the pocket with Tiara Brown. This is the way Tiara Brown fights.
You can recommend her trying to throw as much as a right in the corner. That's to try to snow. So the right in the middle.
Rapp demanding her respect here. He's almost here best interest in Rapp. I think Tiara Brown is liking how this fight is shaping up. If it's going to be an inside fight, I think Tiara Brown. Oh, absolutely.
Time.
I think that might have caught the attention of Martinez, that body shot.
Martinez throws one of his own. As Martinez, once again, decides to come inside and exchange.
He hasn't punched since that body shot Martinez has.
49th MVP.
This is the fight card in his watch.
Going there to the UK and we're back to action now with Tiara Brown and Hannah Rapp. And Chantel, what have you been seeing so far? Obviously, it's a competitive opening round.
Yeah, take the first step for them. I'll let it step for them. Step up to this. Get more people back. I think
Soft warning from referee Alicia Collins to Hannah Rapp for excessive holding on the inside.
Martinez coming forward.
That's right hand comes on the top there from Tiara Brown.
Oh, a nice headbutt there, Brown.
Keeping that right hand up. You can see Martinez trying to load up for that left hook with the discipline to get defensive
It
discipline.
was an accidental clash of
Very
heads.
good in this round. He's kept that
Yeah, it did
right
not
hand.
seem like a
Didn't
cut was
easily
opened
block
up
those shots.
on either woman's face as Brown comes over the top of that right hand
Punches
again.
have been fluid and the technique has been sharp. To continue digging to the body.
Interact is definitely changed. She's willing to come into the pocket and throw.
Martinez in this
And again, she is demanding her respect here on the inside.
We've seen again some juice in that right hand. You saw the counter. The left hand comes to stop smoothly.
This is
That
more
right hand by his here.
about
He's doing a great job
Tiara.
deflecting some of these power shots.
She poses her will, she attacks you, she throws punches, she walks you down. Look at the way she's walking up to that throwing combinations. Good work up there by Rap to the body.
The body work there from Rapid. She of Tiara Brown. We talked about this in the open, how impressive it is that Hannah Rapp really started boxing in 2021 to even be competitive with Tiara Brown right now is unbelievably impressive.
So Nathan, look as well, she gets stuck in. She's not trying to get immunity advantage, but
Seconds.
Coming in with the overhand left.
Excellent work here from the challenger.
This is what I wanted to see. I needed to see from Arturo Cardenas.
Let's see how close this fight is according to Chris Mannix.
Yeah, I've got a 58-56 in favor of Arturo Cardenas. Just popped into the corner to speak with Robert Garcia, and I would describe him as cautiously optimistic
Round three
about
underway.
the way this fight's going. They know there's some close weapons out there, but they believe their guy is winning. And he said to me, he just wants to see the pressure keep coming
Looking
until
for
he
a big
broke the
upset
ball. He
here
showed
tonight, and she's looking good here in the early going.
Yeah, she's doing a great
2-3
job
punch
of
combinations.
moving back.
Not one shot is going to get him out of it.
Good body work there by
See another side of Arturo Cardenas.
What Hannah Rapp is doing effectively, and she's, again, getting a soft win from referee Alicia Collins to lead with her form. Earlier was excessive holding on the warning.
Yes, he
Rapp
is.
is throwing on the entries well, and she's throwing on the exits.
All-out pressure here from Tiara Brown, and you see the look on her face. There's a smile on her face when she's on the inside. Chantel, when you're on the other end of that, when you see your opponent smiling with what's going on, is that demoralizing at all?
it's a little bit frustrating.
This
the
week
look
was how much easier it was
of
for
the
him to
dark
make weight.
menace
He said he was
approaching
much better
Hannah
shape.
Rapp.
The nutrition was on point. Really didn't even have to cut that much before he got on the scales. And right now he looks full of energy.
I want to see what's going to happen
Their
in the
first
second
fight, he was
half.
dragging some of the
Well, I
rounds.
think Rapid has realized, Raul, and we saw this in Tiara Brown's fight
Right hand.
against Sky Nicholson, that just movement isn't enough to beat
Kind of
Tiara
feels
Brown with
like
this kind of pressure. You do have to get your respect on the inside.
Yeah,
And then she's doing it at times.
in these rounds.
She's making some good shots here.
Plus now,
Good body work going over the
this is
top.
enough to win. You can see a little bit
Keep turning,
defeat,
staying away
the
from
body
the
language maybe changing
Just
a
let
little
her,
bit.
let her come in into her shots.
You're definitely seeing the athleticism of Hannah Rapp. It's some subtle things, like the shoulder bumps on the inside. You see the
Just
upper body moving, a
seconds.
lot of level changes. His body shoots are
Up there from Hannah Rapp. Coming up next, it is our main event, O'Shea Jones and Elia Carranza.
Side.
With O'Shea earlier tonight.
Side.
Well, this Mexican's looking really good in the ring right now.
Look at that beautiful combination by Cardenas to start off the round. And barely missing with huge right uppercuts right now. Martinez better be careful.
It feels like Martinez might have to win these final 3 rounds, guys.
Get the other competitors, right? Action here between Tiara Brown and
Martinez has that power. He's got some ways to shut it down.
2 rounds to 1 Tiara.
Right now, it looks like Cardenas might be more likely to get a stoppage with Martinez.
Martinez considerably. This man takes the time to fight. Closely favors Martinez.
Barely making the miss of making a point.
She's throwing body on the inside. She's in the pocket, but she's doing a pretty good job of finding the pocket. You know, it's hard. She's touching. She's moving backwards. She's moving side to side and punching at the same time. And Brown is not hard. She's going to be doing her thing there. Brown pulls her will, her power, her guts, and convincing of this combination punches that by Tiara Brown.
Of course, for Brown, she believes that by the second half of this fight, this ongoing pressure is going to start having a toll on Hannah Rapp, who hasn't been under siege like this against a fighter of this caliber yet in her career.
Everybody has been waiting to see if there's something special
Tiara Brown,
because he's been able to stay undefeated throughout his career, but he hasn't shown
that constant pressure.
that one piece, that missing piece that you say that was a real contender at 122.
Really starting to smother in this round.
This is a good round for Tiara.
Still finding lanes to the body on the inside. We're going got called about fighting Tiara Brown.
Good execution.
This has been studying for a very long time. Closing moments of the round.
Tia's going to try to find a way to go back to what made him successful earlier in the fight. Stick and move, get in, get out. Don't stand there in the pocket and try to look for one punch.
Stop! I keep punching, you're good. You know, Martinez indicates, his power knockout indicates that he has power to change the fight. He's going to need it here tonight.
Here we go, round 5.
Just seconds.
The WBC featherweight title on the line here against Hannah Rapp. Chantal, how do you feel about that last round? Do you feel like the momentum starting to shift more explicitly into Hannah?
And I thought this would happen in the second half of the fight, but yeah, I think Tiara was going for the goals and
the inside, and now Tiara Brown.
Yeah, got 78, 74 in favor of her on the inside. This fight to me it was a great example of this fight was learning through past experience, getting good instructions, and then executing. One thing that Garcia told us said, hey, when you're backing up, don't just back up and take the punches. He's recognized every time he gets on the ground. His hands are still moving. He's still throwing his cheese. He's still getting Martinez some punches. He's commanding me.
Really impressed by Hannah Rapp. Athleticism as well as the fact that Chantel, you're seeing this too. Rapp throws on entries and she throws on the exits.
Martinez has flashes of what made him successful in the first fight, but any
Straight right hand there from Brown, and a short left hook as well. Brown has been able to pick off a lot of those shots with that high guard on the inside route.
Yeah, she counters up for that on the gloves, and she's countering up down the middle, but she's also tighter with the defense and tighter when she throws the shots. You can see Rapp maybe getting tired of getting a little bit best, but she opens up a little bit more. That's when you start to see the level that Brown is. She's taking over. It seems like it's so far in this 5th round.
Just seconds.
Been held on after that. You can see the mouth open into this 9th round.
Cardenas wanted that left hook to the liver there.
a good chopping right hand there of Cardenas. See, those are the short combinations that's going to break down Martinez. Not moving up, Vargas.
Medicine work on the face of Tiara Brown.
Everything tight and concise.
She walks right back into the fire. These two get back to where they left off in the last round.
Yeah, that's Brown's style. She wastes no time on closing the gap. She's very confident. You know, just walking up to her. She got a strong jab. And
30 seconds to go here. Another solid round.
a lot of loaded up, a lot of changing the way she throws the speed to the combination.
So on those short shots on the inside, Chantel, what do you see? Why do you think Tiara is able to land those short shots so consistently on the inside?
I think because the way she's covering up to appearance, not only shots in the jumpers, just keep them so tight and she just popping out on shots. The body work's unbelievable.
Chantel, I think you got an excellent point. Is that Tiara but a lot of those punches are being caught on the gloves of Tiara Brown.
Yeah, and Tiara just waiting and she's just, when she's finished her attack, she's popping out on shots.
too much in the pocket. Stay on the inside because Rob keeps getting the best out of her on the inside. The fight, it's got to be an outside and legs to move around, but she just, Vargas just bulldogging her. All over her. Shot right there. A lot of combination punches. You see the experience too for taking that shot.
Well, funny enough, this is also a battle between a former collegiate cross-country runner in Tiara Brown and a former collegiate sprinter. And now Tiara Brown seemingly starting to grind back down.
Good body positioning among the ladies. That really has been a difference maker for him during these
7 seconds.
Martinez has some good moments to benefit from him. No shame what Martinez is doing here.
Time.
Let's kick a fight.
Yeah, want to see Jordan Martinez back either way. He's an exciting fighter.
Yes, sir.
And he is under contract with Matchroom. But you never know, the judges could have this one.
Just a 32% clip as we are back to action here in round 7. If you're in the corner of Hannah Rapp right now, there are any adjustments you think that she could be making right now?
She's staying in Tiara's body. Tiara's strength. So as long as you're not going outside, you have a shot and have a box. Keep staying inside.
She's right, you're right about what you're saying, and you see Rapp, she tries at the beginning, but Tiara Brown just closes that distance very quick. You know, she doesn't give her any room to breathe, and she's being forced to stay in the pocket and throw punches.
I think these two guys,
Tiara Brown knows her style. That should
probably look exactly like this.
she's boxing it out. Quick out, really placing those shots.
You certainly can't fault a fighter for wanting to fight the way that Hannah Rapp is. It makes for tremendous television.
Hannah Rapp is showing tremendous heart standing there with a high level of fighter that has a lot more experience than her. Even amateurs. She was a decorated amateur, Tiara. She's
Not yet.
she's a good experience for her.
Time.
But you can see
Such a scorecard time.
No balls in the game. Well, the longer the judges take, the scarier it's going to be for this decision for Cardenas.
All right, the numbers are in. Let's find out who won.
Coming up to 10 rounds of action here in Glendale, we go to the judges' score totals, and they read as follows. Jack Reese, 100 to 90. Max DeLuca, 98 to 92. Tim Cheatham, 97 to 93. All three. Your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated and still the WBC Continental America Super Bantamweight Champion, Arturo Cardenas. The stage is set in association with evening. Arena in beautiful Glen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Patricia Valencia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome everybody here tonight to the Sold Out Desert
Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona, USA. Live on the zone with the feature bout of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled for the WBA Bantamweight Championship of the world.
It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing in association with Box Lab and taken. We're sponsored tonight by Bet Online, Drip, Events 365, Riyadh Season, O'Reilly Auto Parts, OnlyFans, Gomez Law Firm, the 10% Club, and Everlast. This bout is sanctioned under the auspices of the Arizona Boxing and MMA Commission. The executive director is Juan Estrada, the chairman is Scott Fletcher, and the World Boxing Association. The president, Gilberto Jesus Mendoza. The supervisor is Jose Oliver Gomez. Introducing
The three judges scoring this contest from ringside: Tim Cheatham, Steve Weisfeld, and Chris Wilson. South belt intermediate referee Chris Flores. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set and we are here. This is it. The time has come. I said the time has come. With 4 quarters of the world, the 4 quarters fight here in Glendale, Arizona. The fight starts now!
Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he is the defending world champion. He wears white with gold. He scaled officially 117.5 pounds. His professional record, 19 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, with 11 wins coming
by way of knockouts.
Fighting out of
Kissimmee, Florida.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning
defending middleweight champion of the world, Antonio Vargas.
And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the white with the black trim. Tonight, he is the challenger. He's a southpaw, and he also scaled already 117.5 pounds. He is undefeated in this campaign as a professional with a record of 23 wins, no defeats, 60 undisputed,
one way of knockouts.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the pound for pound star looking tonight for gold in his 3rd weight division. Please welcome the former flyweight
champion of the world.
Please welcome the former super flyweight
champion of the world.
From San Antonio,
Texas. Defeated Jesse Bam Rodriguez.
Vargas just so talented on the outside. She never follows her punches. She keeps her feet under her. Her balance is outstanding.
Incredibly relaxed on the inside. At least Tiara. The seconds tick away here in round 7.
118 bantamweight titles. Here we go.
Live
from Glendale, Arizona. Bam wearing the white gloves. Vargas in the black gloves.
You know, Vargas early on promised to be assertive. He wanted to make Bam panic. He wanted to put him in uncomfortable positions. He doesn't believe that anyone's done that with Bam Rodriguez up until this point. I think many would disagree. Martinez tried to be physical with him, but he was strong, knocked him down. But Antonio Vargas believes his path to victory is backing Bam
against Tiara Brown, who, as we mentioned, she will be fighting last September. When you look at things on tape, Cameron, and then you see them in real life, and reality is setting in.
Simply just locking her down.
He's been dropped in his last 3 fights. He's got off the canvas to win them.
If the body wants to back for him, it's going to be what Vargas has that line guard to leave that midsection exposed.
Good left hand there for Vargas.
Across the world, the boxing wow, the 26 pounds in those angles. I love her phone. I love her pitching many times on the exit. Tiara is just saying the two together.
Yeah, I don't think it can be overstated how impressive it is, how competitive and around is in these rounds. And frankly, this should be how this fight goes. Considering the experience gap, how long that Tiara Brown has been doing this at high level as an amateur and as a pro.
Vargas saying this new weight class is most fighters do when they move up. You feel strong, didn't have to cut the weight, feels pressure.
Boxing that I'm talking about.
Good success here for Vargas early, and again, it was when he was moving forward.
She was hurt. She's
10 seconds.
we just saw a big difference.
It's a torrid pace and a lot of physicality from Tiara Brown.
Time.
Bam's not able to catch and counter. Smart first round by Vargas so far.
He followed Jesse Rodriguez since the beginning. He says, I'm maturing overall. I may look meaner because of the tattoos, but I'm not. I'm just more driven now. I know exactly what I have to do and how to do it.
Pretty good first round lead right here. On the outside of the eye, Brown knocking down the gates. Tiara Brown jumping on the lap in the early going.
Bam's face is a little red right now.
7 seconds. Time.
Same thing as Robert Garcia doesn't watch a lot of films when preparing for Bam opponents. It's really just about how they can make Bam as sharp as possible when we get to these fights.
And you see they tell Bam to get aggressive in this fight.
When you're in this position, you see your opponent in the hurt and you see them cut. Put the pressure and target that cover. You're in that position.
You're going to see a selfish
That was Bam flying across the ring without ever crossing his feet. That's what I want.
Tiara Brown with all overlap right now.
That's what Vargas needs to be careful. You can't let Bam relax.
The knee just focus, and now let's see if he's got that power carried up to 118 pounds. If Bam really start to cross him here.
Combination punching, pressure, just walking up the head, and then the rope to the end. They're coming back, they're down there.
He's really courageous performance. Vargas just landed in that two-piece. And a good left hand.
Brown just stalking her all over the ring. With 15 seconds remaining in
Vargas
round
is
9.
much more accustomed to this ring. He's so comfortable here. Bam warming up for the first time.
10 seconds.
Look at Raff go. She will not back down.
Time.
Just kind of pushes Vargas off to the side.
Oof, almost landed something big. Was Bam right there with a well-timed left hand. Vargas didn't even see that coming.
Chris, when you heard Bam say this week,
We
we've
are
only seen
receiving
50% of what
scorecard
I
on
can
the
do.
screen.
What do you think he can do?
I mean, he can get a little better in a lot of areas for sure. 50% seems a bit low for talking about guys in the
Brown against Tiara Brown. Artiga could be in his head for round 2 for hand around as well. The first 3 rounds extremely competitive. But since the number 4, Tiara Brown really showing her technical class, her movement, her balance, just her really intelligent strategy.
Absolutely. Chantal, what have you liked from both fighters here tonight?
I'm really impressed with her because I think her work, I didn't think she was going to be the best. Because I thought she was going to hit 10-5-6 and I thought she was going to start a bit, so I'm really impressed. I think she's just a beast. She's really
10 seconds.
This is what I guys fight to now.
Naturally, they're going to leverage this one. Rodriguez feels like a mistake.
This is the biggest fight of her life. Except she's got some real good things. Time now called by
Side!
I'll take a look at that cut, and it is a brutal one, at least visually.
Sergio, he's touching seconds.
Can you read this? Can you see? Yes. All right, and there's a minute left.
the Florida physicians. Across the you get to it.
You were on Sergio the last 6 seconds of that round.
He's still trying inside fight. He's still starting to get to his side.
For the high-level fighter in she definitely got in shape. And she was in shape for this fight.
Incredible work rate and courage from Hannah Rapp. Incredible persistence from Tiara Brown.
Absolutely has a winning strategy.
Yeah, against the World Championship Vargas based on volume, thought he was more efficient there. Good for the final 10 seconds of that second round.
15 seconds of this contest.
10 seconds!
One thing you can say about him coming into this fight, he is here to win. He is backing up everything he said during this fight. He big to come first and be defensive oriented against Ben. And Sergio, he's touching Rodriguez a lot more than previous opponents have.
Yes, because he's not for a win. And you remember, this is a U.S. Olympian, a former Olympian. That's how he gets the team.
Side!
Not overloading. That's the amateur style. He's bringing that into the professional game. And so far, so good for Vargas. Let's see. There you go. That's what I like about Vargas. Anytime Ben tries to get on the side of him, he's turning with him. That's something that you have to do against
To walk through the punches and stay in the pocket.
Such a sport on side!
It's easy to look this fight on paper in terms of resumes. How far Hannah Rapp has been boxing. Over the accolades of Tiara Brown. This fight had no business being competitive, but Hannah Rapp made it a lot of fun.
100%. Do you know what? Hannah's going to take this fight. She's going to learn so much from it. That's what I think she's going to. You've got it tonight that she's going to look back at this performance and she'll be so proud, take so much from it, and she'll move on to the higher fights as well. So it's quite good.
Ready to make this one official. Really solid rounds, like not trying to knock out the legs something big. Just trying to touch Ben Rodriguez.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 full championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the decision. And just shortly, season 97 and 93, full judges Mike Wallace and Chris Davis, 90 and 91. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision.
Yes!
Rodriguez gonna have to work to get this win.
Side!
Strong finishers, solid depth. Like
When Bam connects, he's got a lot more venom behind his punches.
All right, that punch went straight low for Bam.
We are ready to meet the fighters. Let's send it back up to Big Mo.
You gotta punch around that guard if you're Bam. Don't go straight punches. You punch looping shots, hooking shots.
Rodriguez moving up from 115 to 118, and if he wants that super fight with Inoue, he's going to probably have to go up 4 more pounds to 122.
It's a good combination that Vargas is throwing. Since the beginning of this fight, he's been throwing a 2-1, and it's been the right combination to throw against a left-hander. And the straight shots, that's what made him an Olympian. Straight shots, keeping him off. Not really trying to hurt Bam, just trying to frustrate and keep him off.
Good combination for Bam Rodriguez. But Vargas belongs in this fight, you can tell. He's not a no-hoper in there. Means he's probably winning this fight right now.
Yeah, right now he is, and he's the. Let's not get it twisted. He's the champion here. He's the title holder here. Good shots there by Vargas.
You know, we've seen a lot of fights where Bam doesn't lose a single round. That is not the case here so far. That might have been a slip and looked awkward though.
Ladies and gentlemen, main event of the evening. The Draft rounds. Yes, super welterweight championship of the world.
The same strategy talking about backing punches, keeping it from getting some of those angles and excellent spots to this fight for Antonio Vargas.
Escape to the all-suite Kareem Royale Orlando Resort. The perfect family getaway. FanDuel, play your game. Our representative overseeing this contest from the IBF, Carlos Ortiz. And our three judges scoring this round at ringside, Lisa Giampa, Tina Griffin, and Mark Struzan.
With in charge with the wins is Michael Lee. So, ladies and gentlemen, this MVP stage set, the time is now
for the players, for the fans,
and live around the world. Are you ready to make history?
Let's meet the fighters first. The challenger, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing the black trunks with yellow trim, she stands 5 feet, 7 inches tall. She weighed in at 153.4 pounds. Tonight, she enters the ring with a professional record of 11 victories, opposite 2 defeats, with 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights out of Miami, Florida, representing Puerto Rico.
Elia
And now her opponent, the defending world champion, standing and fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the pink trunks. She stands 5 feet, 7 inches tall. She weighed in at 153.2 pounds. Tonight, she enters the ring undefeated as a professional. 9 victories, opposite no defeats. And she fights out of Toledo,
Ohio.
Introducing the Olympic bronze medalist tonight, making her MVP debut. She is the current, the
reigning defending IBF Super Welterweight Champion of the world.
Ladies and gentlemen,
O'Shea Sugar Jones.
You see it again like that.
Time.
This fight for Antonio Vargas, not that Bam hasn't had success in sports, but Vargas just keeps coming, keeps letting his hands go, keeps staying offensive oriented, and now jumping out to the early lead, 39-37 on my scorecard.
The IBF Super Welterweight
Down.
of the world. The 4-year Marquez Sean Lerock at the right to be joined by one of the best fighters in the world.
He's got me 6.
Obviously, you guys know that it's weight class, but obviously they're dealing with O'Shea as well.
Not at the same weight class back then, but somehow we made our way to the same weight class now. It's a little unfortunate because we do have a good friendship, but it is what it is. So she is fighting for the belt, and then in a couple of weeks' time, a few months' time, I'll be fighting for the other 3, and maybe we'll clash for the speed one day.
That's right. Well, we'll see if O'Shea Jones can retain the title here tonight as essentially round 11 of this fight begins. And we talked about what the scores look like the first time around. One judge fighting every round for Elif Carranza. And as we talked about it in the opening round, this fight is about who can kind of separate themselves this time around.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, so far, they're both just measuring jabs and touching each other. Jones applying just a little bit more pressure. Obviously, that's her fight now. She likes to walk up to you and stab you with the jab and try to get the left hand. But she's got to be careful every time she throws on that hand because the body's weight. With the right hand, she's got to be able to move to her jab hand to the right, not to the left, and run into Carranza's power hand, which is the right hand.
From Jones, a couple of them have scored already here in the early going. We're inside the final 25 seconds of the opening round. It's left hand to the body.
Yeah, I like Jones in her stance right now, the way she's sort of keeping her body weight over her hips, her legs under her hips. Not really leaning in too much, just really like staying behind the jab.
Just seconds.
Tries to release her big left hand.
Maybe that's the difference with 3 punches make. 15 pounds. From Ben Rodriguez, a little bit bigger. Vargas able to hang on.
Exactly. That with 3 pounds makes a big difference. There you go. See, that's the shots that the angles that.
Seconds.
Vargas better be careful.
So Vargas goes
Figure it out. We have to do it. I consider her a friend. We came up with the amateurs together. We've done a lot of times together. But you know, once again, they're ready to have to come to a halt.
What's the origin of this fight in the DMs as well? Can you tell me that?
Oh, yeah, we've talked in the DMs last few years. We've stayed in touch. We've talked our smack. So it's all good. It's going to be a good fight, though. We have great styles, and we have pound-forward styles, and it's going to be entertaining.
We've got another 154-pound title fight right in front of you right now with O'Shea Jones and Elif Carranza. Things heating up at the end of round one. And Michaela, one thing that O'Shea has talked about over the years is trying to resist getting a little bit too wild in there. That she has that thing in her when things get physical, she can get a little out of control.
And that's exactly what the point I was trying to make in the first round when I said I like how her composure and her sort of feet are under her hips, and she's just sort of establishing the jab first before reaching in and trying to land that back left hand. So that's good. So far, she's made that adjustment. And then once she establishes that jab and finds her space, then she can let those hands go on the inside and get tough and rough it up like she likes to do.
Long left hand to the body from Jones once again. Raul, she's been having a lot of success with that shot.
Yeah, she has it. Now, like Michaela said, she's carrying her weight right in the center back leg, and I think, a little bit of showboat there.
Little backhand. I don't know, what do you call that?
And she caught her. But yeah, getting back to what she's doing, she's closing the gap. She's jabbing more. I think what's helping her, like in that first fight, she was jabbing just one jab at a time, and now she jabs twice, 3 times, closes the gap, and then she lands the left hand. But she's carrying her weight in the center back leg, and you saw the way she countered right now with the left hand. At the same time, she also kind of bakes her in. She's trying to bait Carranza to come in and land that counter left hand.
There's been a left hand party for O'Shea Jones this round. There's maybe the best one of the round. And that'll do it again. The rough stuff after the bell.
Referee Sparkle Lee walking through the left hand of O'Shea.
Yes.
Sparkle Lee is always great. If you don't want to get punched, do not be a professional boxing referee. It will happen.
Sean, we'd like take a look at this here. Is this foul worthy? At what point does this become an offense that you can penalize?
Once the hand goes through from referee Sparkle Lee, that is the indication to stop punching. The rule on that is when the action of the punch starts, it can conclude even when the bell sounds. But once the bell sounds, the referee puts their hand through the middle. That's when the fighters must stop throwing punches.
So Smoke Leon is taking control there. As round 3 is underway. And Joe's back on that jab here in the early going.
She's fast with that left hand too. She's throwing she's more explosive, and it's finding her mark. I see the way she's walking up to her now, and carrying her weight in the back leg. She's doing the right thing. She's very focused in there compared to her last fight.
Yeah, Carranza is letting O'Shea push her back. And at least in my teachings, when you're going up against a southpaw, you want to pressure them. You want to push them back. You don't want to let them get comfortable and get that spacing and that timing down. And that's what Carranza is allowing O'Shea Jones to do right now.
That's what Carranza digs underneath with a couple uppercuts there on the inside. Back comes Jones. A big left hand and another one that just missed. 40 seconds remaining in the round. Jones gets underneath with a nice right hook to the body. Taylor, to your point, there seemed like there was a moment there where Carranza could have taken another step, and Jones just kind of tried to bait her in.
Yeah, if I were Carranza, I would continue to pressure her like she's doing right there. Stepping in and kind of pushing O'Shea back to the ropes. You want to be first. You have a southpaw and orthodox. You want to be first. You don't want to wait for the lefty to get you lined up for their back left hand.
I mean, for Carranza, the key to spend the left is, right hand, just do something with the left hook. Straight right hand, then left hook, then the
O'Shea Jones feeling herself on the way back to the corner. Coming up on Saturday, August 8th, the undisputed 118-pound title is on the line. Shamika Johnson putting all the belts on the line against the undefeated Dina Thorsland, who once was champion herself and now is back in action. They will do battle right here in this very venue, Saturday, August 8th on ESPN. This is also an awesome
Rodriguez 21, Vargas 10. It's going to be tough. I think Shamika Johnson, I think she's gotten a lot better over the last few years too. She's a tough fighter. Friends of her as well. People are very dangerous as well. But Dina Thorsland will definitely, I believe, be her biggest test.
What?
Orlando, but it's round 4 of tonight's main event between O'Shea Jones.
He's down!
Very close 10-round rounds, and the theme continuing tonight. 327 O'Shea Jones, however, these are 3 very close 10-round rounds thus far.
Just to build on that, the comedy box totals to this point, O'Shea
He's
Jones
down!
32 to 15.
Yes!